Morning brewers, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls. Gary here from VOC Home Brewery, doing probably the last but one brew day of this year. It's just after 6 o'clock on a cold, windy, wet Sunday morning. So what's a man to do but to come out and brew some beer? So yeah, the kettle's nearly up to temp, mashing in at 77 today. Today, a few gasps I can hear. We're brewing Northern Monk Eternal. This one, I'm putting some Caragold in. I did this recipe a couple of months ago, and it didn't have Caragold. It had something else in. It'll come to me when I've finished this segment, and it was a lovely beer, but it just had a little slight nutty aftertaste in it. So on one of the online Zoom brew days, recent one last Saturday, actually, not yesterday, week Saturday, I talked to Chris Millington, and he basically gave me the reason why I had a slight nutty taste to it. So very grateful for that, Chris, if you're watching these insane ramblings of mine. So yeah, right, it's up to temp. I'm going to mash in. I'll get back to you shortly. Cheers. Hey brewers, back again. All mashed in, 20-minute mash rest observed, and here we are. It's a 23-litre batch. You can't really see much down there. There's probably 3-4 inches difference between the levels in the kettle and the malt pipe. I've got the pump on 90%, and that's the handle on that side, and this is how I have the levers on the left side of the unit. You know, for anyone who's researching getting this is a B40 by the way, getting the Brewtools kit, just absolutely awesome. I had a grain folder before this, and my beers are by quite a distance, G30 by the way, quite a distance better on this kit than that kit. So I'm a bit of a Brewtools fanboy, but for good reason. So yeah, there we are. You can see it's quite nice colour. It's quite clean already, to be honest. Only been mashing for 8 minutes or so, 7-8 minutes. So yeah, everything going tickety boo. Quite happy with the levels and the malt pipe and the throughput of the wort through the grist bed. So yeah, everything's going tickety boo. So that's where we are at the moment. Mashing at 72, which is quite high, but the beer came out really good last time. Apart from a ever so slight nutty taste, it was caramelt that was one of the grains in the grist. Yeah, it was caramel. That apparently are going to Chris Millington and his professors. The level of caramel that was in it, 2.6%, had some effect on with it having a slight nutty flavour, but it wasn't. You know, it was just there. It wasn't like you're eating a pack of peanuts or anything. But yeah, hopefully this one will come out without that, and if it does, I'll be well happy. Right, get back to you in a bit. Morning again brewers. Not much to report on the mash. Stayed, well, it was a little bit high, to be honest, high in the malt pipe, low in the kettle, but I slowed the pump down a bit, give it a tiny stir, top half of the grist bed, and look how clear that is. Hopefully water. I think it was water, but yeah, everything going great. Nothing to report really. I'll do another little segment when I'm vorlaffing. If anyone's unfamiliar with the term and how I use it on my brew day, you basically lift the malt pipe up as if you were going to sparge, and then you basically turn the pump back on, but don't have it over kind of 30%, 40%, because it'll shoot out and get you in the face. Trust me, I know. So yeah, I'll take another little segment when I get on the Vorlaf. Cheers. Right brewers, this is the Vorlaf. You see it's lifted up on the latches. Nearly always have to, even though I've got the extended latches, you nearly always have to push that back down an inch or so. So yeah, it's 30% on the pump. You can see the right hand lever is in the quarter past the hour position. May turn the pump up a little bit, 35% or something, but that's the process basically. So it's the grains are getting rinsed through with the wort, that's it. So I'm doing this one for 20 minutes, then I'll sparge as per normal. Cheers. Hey brewers, just sparging. On the B40 I use a rather low-tech watering can. Find it works fantastically well. Drenches the grains very nicely. I'm after 32.6 litres in the kettle today. On track for that. Little tip to anyone, this is brew number 68 or 69 on this kit. Not quite sure which one, to be honest, I'll check after. But don't get, the Brewfather or your Brewday software will tell you need to sparge 14.7 or 12.2, whatever. Don't get kind of hung up on that volume. Just literally mash until you're virtually on your pre-boil volume. That's a good tip I can give people. I read on the forums, a lot of guys end up 2 litres short, they put the right amount in, blah blah blah. But sometimes, well, very often that doesn't work. I won't say it doesn't work, but you just kind of ignore that and just sparge until you hit your volumes, and then you'll likely get close or bang on your numbers. So there we are. Cheers. Yeah, brewers, back again. Finish the sparge, ramping up to the boil. See, there's 33. I was aiming for 32.6. There's 33 litres in there, as you can clearly see. Just measured the efficiency, measured the gravity, pre-boil gravity. I was aiming for 1039. Let me check. Yeah, aiming for 1039, and I've managed to get 1045. I'll take a photo of the gravity so you can kind of see I'm not telling porkies, but we'll end up with pretty good efficiencies, I think, on this one. So yeah, you'll see the picture of the refractometer coming up after this. Cheers. Now brewers, back again. Just start the boil. Couldn't get a decent picture. I bought a new pipe a month ago. Good setup now. Exhaust, all the steam coming out of there, nothing coming out the sides. A little tip, try and initially have it as vertical as you can. If you have too much of a bend on it here, I tend to find it really bubbles up. You can't really see much in there. It's boiling really well. Might turn up a little bit in a minute, but I find if there's too much of a bend early on here, it bubbles up and steam tends to come out of here. So that's just another little tip. If it's of use to you, works for me. So that's all I can say really. So yeah, I tried to get a decent picture of the pre-boil gravity, couldn't get it focused in, so take my word, it ended up 1043.5, so 1043.5, so yeah, 4.5 points up, so happy with that. Yeah, I'll get back to you a little further in the process. Cheers. Right, just moving on. I've got the return temperature down to 27.5, something like that. That's the, I'm just going to do a 30-minute wort rest now, I call it. Just stop everything for half an hour and we'll come back and we'll see if that clears up at all. So yeah, another little process I incorporate into the brew day, and it seems to work well for me. Beers are lovely and clear after a couple of weeks after the condition for a couple of weeks after they're kegged. So yeah, works for me. Right guys, 30-minute wort rest up. Might not look much different from the previous vid, but it definitely is a bit clearer, no doubt about it. So just going to cool it down to, be on there now, cool it down to pitching temp. It'll take 5 minutes now. Ground water is about 8 degrees, so yep, I'll get back to you when it's in the fermenter. Cheers. Hey brewers, all done now. That's the scene in the kettle. Trubinator doing the business there. 23.5 litres in the fermenter. Added a litre of my lovely RO water in that to liquor it back a little bit, as the original was 1054 over 1046. So put a litre in, that brought it back to 1050, well 1049. So quite happy with that. So yeah, it's all good. Just half an hour or so clean up. I'm going to break the system down and give it a sodium percarbonate bath tomorrow. So yeah, if I don't put another one on before Christmas, all the best to everyone. If you like the video and tips, like, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye.